I'm back with a new lesson. In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to use common expressions also, to and either. Okay. Well, to and also have similar usage, but their placement in sentences are very different. Okay. So let's take a look at also. We use also when you want to add some extra information to a sentence, and it is always used in positive sentences. Okay. For example, I hate studying science. I also hate math. Now, I'm adding extra information to this. I hate studying science. I also. Okay, so I'm adding extra information. I also hate math. Now, if you notice, the placement of also is always before a single verb in the sentence. Okay, so before a single verb, you use I also hate math. Alright, in my next example, I am also very tired. Now, if you see, it comes after I am. So, you use also after the verb be. Okay, that means is, am, are, was, were. It always follows the verb be and not before, unlike this sentence. Okay. In my third example, I've also visited Peru. So, I have. Now, if you go to see, this is the present perfect tense. This is the supporting verb or the auxiliary verb, and this is the main verb. So, you place also in between the present perfect tense. That means after the auxiliary verb and before the main verb. Alright. In my next sentence, I can also sing well. Now here I am using also after a modal or an auxiliary verb. So you use also after can, should, would. Alright, so they are modal auxiliary verbs. You use it after the modal auxiliary verb. Alright, so remember, you use also when you want to add extra information, but please remember to keep these points in mind. Before a single verb, you put also. After be, you use also. When two verbs come together, that's like your present perfect tense, you use it after the supporting verb and before the main verb. Okay. And after modal verbs, you use also. So, I can also sing well after the modal verb, before the main verb. Alright. Now, I'm going to take you through how to use to in a sentence. Like also, to is also used to add extra information, but it's very important to know how it is placed in a sentence. Okay. In my first example, John speaks English and Peter speaks English too. Now, we use to at the end of the sentence. It is interchangeable with also like this. John speaks English and Peter, like I said, comes before the single verb. Peter also speaks English. Alright, this is one way of saying it. Or John speaks English and Peter speaks English too. Okay, so like also, to is also used to add extra information to a sentence. Okay, in my next example, I'm very hungry and tired too. So again, I'm placing to at the end of the sentence. Okay, I cannot say I'm very hungry and too tired. That has a totally different meaning. We'll see it in some time. But right now, we use to at the end of the sentence when you want to add extra information in a sentence. Alright? In my next example, he missed the match. I too missed it. Now, I'm using to after the subject I. This is a very formal way of speaking. So, when you use to after the subject I, it means that you are speaking very formally. But please remember, after the subject, don't forget to put your comma. And after to, you need to put one more comma. Alright. So, when you want to speak something formally, you can use to after the subject and don't forget to put in your comma. Alright. In my next example, William is searching for a new job. I too am. So, here, after the subject I use to. Okay. And in the last example, I missed you. So if someone tells you, hey, I missed you, you say me too. Now the actual correct formal way of saying is I too. Yeah, but this is informal, and well, colloquially it's okay to use it. So you say me too. That means I also missed you. Alright. So now we use to when you want to express something in excess. For example, she eats too much junk food. Now this means that she eats a lot of junk food, too much, in excess. Okay. So you place it before the adjective and not at the end of the sentence. Okay. Now my next example, the bag is too heavy. Like you see, heavy is an adjective. So when you want to say it is, it's like too much, you use to before the adjective here to express something in excess. He is too tired to drive. Now too tired, that means extremely tired, very tired. Before the adjective, he is too tired to drive. That means he is so tired that he can't drive. It's positive, but it has more of a negative meaning, that he's too tired that he can't drive. Like he's so tired that he can't drive. Or sometimes when you hear some unbelievable news, you say that's too good to be true. That means it's just too good that it can't be true. Okay, so he's too tired to drive. Alright, now we learned how to use also and to in positive sentences when we add extra information. But what do we do in the negative? Well, you use either. So you use either to add information in a negative sentence. Alright, like this. He doesn't speak French. Now if you see, this is negative, does not speak French. I don't either. That means I don't speak French either. Now please remember, when you use either to agree to something or to add information in a negative sentence, it always comes at the end of the sentence. Okay? In my next example, I don't like chocolates. I don't like ice creams either. So here, at the end of the sentence, you are adding extra information, but in a negative sentence. So when you want to express something or by adding information in a negative sentence, always use either. In case of positive sentences, you use also and to. Alright friends, so this brings me to the end of this lesson. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Please do put in your comments and queries. I'm going to be back soon with a new lesson. Till then, take care and bye.